Sorry, darling. Sorry.
You trying to touch my knob?
Yes.
Laura.
Hello and welcome to Our Creative Commune with Pete, Laura, Liam and Bea. We'll be chatting all things photography, videography and just having a general catch up over a coffee like we do most mornings.
Right, we were so supposed to start.
We were.
Right, focus. Good morning.
Morning.
It's like we're in a nightclub.
We feel like we're really in a line today.
In a
Yeah.
line?
Yeah, we're like all just facing outwards. Like, normally we're a bit more facing towards
We
you,
can
aren't we? What?
adjust it if you
I
want.
feel
No,
like
I
I'm
have
in
to
my
move the
normal
cameras.
position.
Okay.
Just looking
Okay.
at...
Me
Well,
too.
this works, doesn't it?
Yeah. We've got a joystick going, haven't we?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
requested an incense as soon as I arrived.
Yeah.
Positive vibes it is.
What a flavour.
Positive
vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we all feel positive?
I just feel a bit choked.
Oh. I keep looking at this camera and we're like really washed out and I'm like, this is terrible.
Let it go.
All our stuff's
Positive.
packed.
Positive vibes, guys.
Oh,
None of this negativity.
We're going to a wedding in Italy tomorrow, so everything's packed.
Exciting.
Yeah, all the tripods are packed. The cameras are on light stands, like propped up by a
Oatly bottle.
Oatly bottle.
So profess.
So profound.
You've got to use
No
what you've got.
lights.
You know, it's
Oh.
not about the equipment, is it? You know?
Yeah. I prefer it like this, but
I know you do.
Low-key,
You're in
no
quite a nice
light.
light.
yes.
Yeah.
You're happy.
You're
happy.
actually
You're happy.
blocking Bee's light
It
though.
just feels
Yeah.
As long as
Go back
Liam's
back
happy.
a little bit. Back a little bit. There we go.
Oh.
There she is.
It feels like the old times again, you know,
Yeah.
just sat around having a coffee and not being
Yeah.
blasted with a nuclear light.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing the pod now and not filming it as well?
I know.
You know, that would be weird, wouldn't it?
I've not turned the fridge off.
I watched it yesterday on our big screen. Not all of it, but a bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I was listening to podcasts and I thought, you know what, no, I'm going to play these.
I wanna
instead
see
of-
it.
I'm going to play
Yeah.
these. And then I was like, you know what, I might play my own podcast.
How was it? Give us a review.
It was great.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I really
No
want
notes.
to. I really want to listen back to old episodes, specifically the ones where we've been on holiday, because we've done quite a few abroad. Like the one in Jamaica that was just like a
Comedy.
massacre. And I remember doing one in Spain around the dining table. Do you remember doing
There was a
that?
thunderstorm on one of them.
Yeah.
Jamaica, that was a funny one. When we huddled in one of the hotel rooms for the first one, and then the second one was on the beach.
We started. We tried to do it in the hotel room, and do you remember there was our room was next to the show, and
Yeah.
it was so loud.
So we tried to get as far away as possible.
We were just walking down the beach to the really posh bit, do you
Yeah.
remember, that we weren't allowed in.
Yes.
Looking out for like security guards. Funny.
Times.
Huddled under a parasol.
In the
I
dark.
love that.
You
On
were pissed
location.
at,
Oh,
you
yeah.
were pissed at the farm.
We were. It was good. You were like, this is great, the sound of the ocean. Such a shit episode.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it was 22 minutes long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was-
Is that all?
She was like, we need to stop.
Yeah.
This is
Cut.
madness.
Move on.
Ah.
I put our podcast through Google Gemini and it said we should demarcate the sections better.
Oh, so we need to say, right, let's do a how is everyone
I know.
section.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Come on, people know the format. We talk about how we are.
It
we talk
said,
about
you know,
stuff
for
going
new
on.
listeners, and it said there might be too many in-jokes as well.
In jokes?
In-jokes. Yeah.
I don't think we have any in jokes.
I think it was you and your nude photography.
I mean, that's not an in-joke.
That's not
She
an
just takes nude pictures. There's no mystery.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's no
No, but I
mystery
think-
or explanation.
Because the episode after that, I think it was explained, but it was just hinted at.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
Thanks for
We're
the,
too insular.
the
Yeah,
criticism.
Thanks,
Google
AI.
Gemini.
I
Yeah.
know.
no.
Not-
But you can't be offended.
Ignore.
I am offended.
Let's
You can't. You
ignore.
can't. What? Yeah.
Well, I am.
Look, this
quit.
This podcast
Fair enough.
is free form. You know, we
Free
can't
form.
be using structure.
You're right,
Fine.
Laura. Yeah, it's better just to be like, boom.
It
you
is
know,
as it
off the
is.
cuff.
It's all
You
this
just say
smoking
fine.
in my
It's
face.
so smoky.
It's
Did
drifting
you just
towards
say
you.
fine to I've quit? Fine.
Fine.
Off you go.
Do you think I said it in a positive way, or was that me stropping?
Oh,
Because it felt like I was stropping,
It was
and you just
stropping.
didn't read the intonation.
Okay.
Oh,
Fine.
felt like,
Oh no.
Fine.
Oh, it's
like
descending.
the doors there.
I think, as we can say, like, no good can come from asking Gemini.
Okay.
Just avoid that in the future.
Fair.
Crikey.
Well, what have we all been up to? Come on.
Yes, let's talk about what we've been doing.
What have we been doing? Yeah. What have we
What
been
have
doing?
we been doing?
I have done a lot of work. I've
Good.
called 2 weddings,
Well done.
which I'm really proud of.
Have I done a wedding?
Yeah.
Yes.
You did one last week, midweek, didn't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Yes, you did.
Do you know what? That wedding actually was in this... It was in an Airbnb in Radlett called the Eco Mansion.
What, the actual
Ooh.
wedding was in an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Didn't
wow.
like Cheryl Cole
It was
used
Cheryl
to live
Cole's
there,
old
or-
house.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
which was awesome.
That
Yeah.
does sound cool.
It was like I was trying to think of this at the wedding, and it was like an absolute dick. Because like, this place is just like that, you know, that house off that program.
I hate when that happens.
It's like,
You've
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
thought, but you
Yeah.
just can't get the words
and
out.
you're just like, why did I start talking before
Yeah.
I'd figured it out?
Trail off mid-sentence
no.
at weddings so many
that
times.
house, that thing. Anyway, Tracy Island.
What's Tracy?
Oh.
Tracy Island from
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds,
The
yeah.
house.
It just reminded me of Tracy Island.
Were there things that like rose from the floors?
It
Was
just
there like a spaceship that came out of the balcony?
It was like a spaceship. Yeah, there was like a circular kind of dome roof, and it just felt like,
You're like super modern and
Tracy Island.
I'd say from the photos, I didn't get
It looks
an
nothing
inkling
like
of that.
Tracy
Not a single bit of it.
You should have given B this inspiration before she started editing with
damn it.
AI in
Yeah.
Thunderbird 2.
Maybe
God,
it's nothing
funny.
like it, but it just popped into my brain at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stayed in a lovely pub the night before and
Nice.
walked into this pub and I sat down for a pint. And then the owner is there, sat at the bar, pissed, screaming and shouting at a member of staff. And I felt so sorry for
female
this.
member of
Yeah.
staff.
It
Well,
was
sounds
so
like a great
inappropriate.
place.
Yeah.
Was there anyone else in there then?
It was like 5 drunk men at the bar.
Yeah.
All like old kind of, oh bloody immigrants, this,
Yeah.
that kind of vibe. And then this poor lady's behind the bar, and he was just like shouting at her because apparently like she couldn't do certain days. I was like, fucking hell, that's just so rude. So I ordered some fish and chips off this nice lady,
Yeah.
and then I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Literally, the world just fell out of my arse. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe TMI.
Yeah.
No, the people
Also,
need to
not the
know.
first time this has happened.
No, it's not.
It's not
Oh, no.
been mentioned on the pod.
I think this is a good topic because,
is a good topic.
like, should we be like, you always try and take care of yourself in life. Like, I always think this: I'm never gonna like go skiing because I might break my neck. Like, but should we be careful what we eat the day before a wedding? Because like
Fish and chips is
I know.
fine,
Chips,
isn't it?
aren't we?
Fish and chips is not fine.
What else?
Fish.
What else did you eat that day? It was definitely
Yeah,
that,
but it's
wasn't it?
white fish, which is normally pretty
and,
safe,
like,
isn't it?
I always like, when I get fish
Could
and
have been there
chips,
for
I'm like,
weeks.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
smelled-
good.
yeah.
And it smelled good.
And it tasted good.
It tasted good.
Yeah.
I had 2 pints of Guinness, so it could have been a dirty Guinness.
Dirty Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I must have like been on the bog about 10 times.
No.
And then I had to go and shoot this wedding.
He
And how
was
many
just like,
times have we been
I'm
in this
so
position?
weak and frail.
I wasn't.
Yes, you were. Just feel so weak.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'm dying.
I can't function.
Oh, that is the worst.
Yeah. But have you guys been in that position, where you're feeling like you're so
I had
weak from...
yeah, like gastroenteritis once at a wedding and holding in vomit for like the whole day, and then the second I got to the car, like the world came out of me. Do you remember?
Dude.
But just I've
But
never
you were
felt
feeling
so.
faint.
When sweat's just pouring out of you and you feel like a like that scene in Bridesmaids where she's trying to eat the almond. That was me. That was me the whole day, just trying to look human while grey and just like dripping with sweat.
It was a really hot day as well.
awful.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? And you have to put on your game face. So I arrived,
You've got to
game
hide
face
it.
on.
Yeah.
And like you're just trying to just do what you normally do, but something's seriously not right in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can start getting paranoid, thinking like, are people like looking at me thinking,
Can they tell?
Liam doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So you go and check yourself in the mirror, don't you? You look in the mirror. What I don't look too bad.
You're overcompensating. You're talking absolute shit about
Tracy
houses.
What's that house? Yeah. No.
That's why you couldn't think of it. You were dying.
I was dying.
So at the last wedding, I didn't feel ill, but I had like a sty.
Oh,
my
God.
eye.
The styes.
You know, I think because my hay fever was really bad,
no.
and just like all this puffed up everything, and just, got
It's not.
slightly
I don't
infected.
think calling it a sty is accurate though. So like day one, what happens is he gets a lump here. So like like a
Tear
mega
duct.
bag.
Oh, like
Yeah,
a blocked
tear
tear
duct.
duct.
Yeah.
And then it just gets purpley. It's like it's so dark and like purple and huge. And then the eye goes bright red.
That's not a sign.
and then it's oozing shit
bloody
because he
hell.
gets them all the time. So he uses like a hot
Cold,
compress to get stuff
yeah.
out.
Don't get them all
And
the
then-
time.
No, but I mean, I've never
It's
had
happened
one.
before.
Yeah.
Is
You've
that
had
the-
surgery on them before. Like you get blocked ducts. Like
That was
often.
about 10,
Yes.
over 10 years
I know,
ago,
but
15 years
it's
ago.
a thing that happens to you, so
Styes
you
like
know
a little
what to
dot,
do.
isn't it? It's like a little dot.
Yeah, you get if you
Not-
like.
Yeah, but they are like it's like a little infection of like a tear duct.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
and that's what it is. Is that if you get like a little like blob on your it's a sty. So
Was it your shooting eye?
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Oh.
the week before
But it was fine.
the
It
other
wasn't
eye.
like blurry or anything like that. It was
But
it was fine.
it
But just
looked
like
comically bad. You know,
and
like
Laura's like, when you're in the
see,
bad
okay.
light, you can't see it. And then we're in a fucking mirrored lift with the bride and groom, and I'm looking at my face. I'm like, oh,
and
God.
it couldn't have looked worse. And I was
You
like,
didn't mention it.
thank God you've got glasses because that does, I think, hide a
Obscures.
lot
It
of
didn't
it.
obscure a thing.
Bad. But I mean, there was the wedding where you had the surgery, the surprise surgery. You went to this appointment. We went together.
Oh my
He was
God,
just
yeah.
having someone look at his sty.
Yeah.
And he came out of the appointment and he had a pudsey eye patch on, and I was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "Well, he like operated on it and like burnt it off and stuff, and I have to wear this patch for a week."
Hey,
Like a white patch.
very sexist of
And
you.
then was it a she? And then we had a wedding the next day. I was like,
No.
"Are you joking?" So just like,
Because the
rocked up to a
appointment
wedding
didn't
with a
say that it was
patch
this, so I didn't know. I wasn't prepared for this. It was like a pre-op thing.
I know, and they just burnt
They
it
just
off.
like fuck it, they
Yeah.
burn it off. They cut into it.
Grim.
Any scars?
It was inside, so
Oh, in it? Oh, jeez. Fucking hell.
yeah.
Funny
So that wasn't a
games.
sty. That was something else. Had a name, Charizon or something.
Were you all right at the wedding anyway with this eye?
Yeah, so I didn't feel
Did
ill
it
or
cause
anything.
any
but-
problems
no.
with shooting?
You
or-
just-
No,
looked
just the
mad.
embarrassment of like knowing I looked.
You feel self-conscious,
ridiculous.
don't
Yeah,
you?
but this is the thing. I don't think people pay as much
I
attention to
agree.
you as you think that they are.
Yeah.
We were alone with them in the lift.
They didn't mention it. They're
they
very
just got
sweet.
married. They were
Yeah.
maybe concentrating on.
Who cares if he's got a weird eye? It's
each other.
fine.
This is the thing, like when you're like feeling a bit self-conscious or you're feeling a bit ill,
Yeah.
do you find like you smash it work-wise?
Yeah, like overcompensate.
Liam absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, I was in like a dream world, but came
Yeah.
at the other end, actually had quite a good time, and then I created some pictures that I've not shot before, like
We
completely
went to that
different.
disassociated state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like.
Do you think
I could see
it
things.
takes you because you're concentrating on not like feeling shit? You know, you a lot of your brain is taken up with like, don't shit yourself. Like maybe it is more that you've calmed down about the shooting and
Yeah.
maybe you're just in the
Maybe.
zone more and it's
Yeah.
more intuitive rather than like
Yeah.
thinking about it too much.
Well, I was just walking around Tracy Island and I was like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. It was just like cool shit everywhere.
He was shooting somewhere else. He was hallucinating.
Yeah, B's looking at this like Georgian manor house.
Yeah, I was just walking. Oh, Cheryl must have strolled along here in her slippers. That looks good.
It sounds
You
cool.
know? It was a good day. Yeah. Worked with a really nice videographer who knows you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Classic.
Simon. So his Instagram, Wedding Film Studio. Simon.
Hi, Simon, if you listen.
Hi, Simon.
From Wedding Film Studio. Great guy. Really enjoyed working with him. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. What else have we been up to?
I worked with a really annoying videographer.
Was
on
it Pete?
Saturday. It was Pete.
I worked with a really annoying photographer. She kept walking through my shots
Yeah,
like
did you
she
find me
didn't
annoying?
give a fuck.
I didn't give a fuck. It's so weird
really
because
didn't.
like I feel like the other ones we've done when we've done both together and like I've been doing the picture and you've been doing the video, I'm always really aware of what you're doing and just like because I make the film, I feel like they're mine and I'm
Yeah.
like make it good and I would never like walk in front of it, whereas I just really just didn't pay any attention.
Well, we had a
to
pep
you.
talk beforehand because, like, the reason why we don't normally do both is because we both get really stressed out by what the other person is doing,
Yeah.
along with like what we're doing.
So Laura really took this on board and was like, he's dead to me.
Didn't give a shit.
To be fair, I did as well because, like, you were doing the group shots. I have no idea what group shots you did.
Yeah.
I just like. Because at that point you're like, Pete, do the group shots.
Yeah.
You know, we shared the stress around.
Or like, Pete, help me gather people.
Exactly.
Or whatever. I was so
But we
chilled,
just
though.
went fully like independent.
Yeah, it was
Like,
good. It
not
worked
giving-
well.
It did
didn't
work.
It?
Yeah.
It was good. It was the perfect wedding to do it though, because the couple were just like the loveliest, most chilled out people.
So
It was
like
all in
breezy.
one place. It was like just easy peasy delightful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
calm. I just felt dead calm all day. You know, like normally I'm like
And
a bit
that's
manic.
a miracle because every time you looked at my face, you were like, oh.
Maybe that's why I was ignoring you.
You're like, oh,
Like, I can't
I'm
look
not
at
with
you
him.
right now.
When was the last time you shot a wedding?
God.
Last year.
Yeah, probably like November. Video, photo, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was nervous before.
Did you find like it took you a good like
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
Yeah,
then
and
you were
it's like, no,
where
it's
it all
like
is again?
coming home, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if you do something so much, it's just in
I
there,
knew
isn't
you'd
it?
feel like that.
Yeah.
Knew
That,
it.
isn't
I
It's all
love
that.
it. And it's so fun and just the, like, honestly, the moving about, it's so cool to just bob
Yeah.
about and just be,
Is it?
if you feel chilled,
It's
it's
just
just
got
so...
such a different vibe because I did take like some pictures. Like during some mingling section, you were like, "Oh, let's swap for like 5 minutes."
Oh, yeah.
And like just instantly, you're just like
It's fun, isn't it?
got a spring in your step, light on your feet. You're like, actually, go here, we go there.
It's
You know,
just a different
got-
thing because, like, if you're filming people mingling,
can't move.
you're just filming them and hoping they laugh or do something. But when you're photographing, you're looking for
Yeah.
like the high point. So it's
less-
more. You get more
It's
gratification.
less calm, but it's just like you're prancing around. It's nice.
Yeah, you can move the camera.
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
No, it's a
where
bit more energy
you're
to
more
it.
Static, aren't you? For
Yeah.
film, yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. Yeah,
Good.
it was good.
Yeah.
Good times all around.
Shall we move on to our topics of conversation for this week?
Yes, B.
The first topic of conversation is content creators. There are two issues with this. One that's been brought up again. I know that this gets brought up quite a lot, but one majorly getting in the way at weddings, like causing a problem with the quality of output of
Yeah.
images, videography,
Yeah.
being really demanding, getting in the
Constantly
way,
posing things, setting things up.
directing things.
Yeah.
Second issue is that they appear to be taking weddings off videographers.
Yeah.
Videographers are
Right.
some videographers are struggling more.
I think
So
that topic.
yeah,
Everyone's struggling.
yes,
Photographers and videographers. I don't think it's a case of like the content creator taking work from videographers. I just think, there's a lot less work. Mm-hmm. It appears going around for everyone. I don't think they're losing out directly to.
yeah.
I don't
bookings
know.
are
The
dry.
odd person will be like, "Well, I'll just get a content creator
Yeah.
instead of having. I don't need a full video. I just want some little videos to put on my
Yeah.
Insta." or
What do we
whatever."
think
that.
the main reasons for somebody booking a content creator are? Are the reasons different to why you'd book a videographer?
Yeah,
I think
And
so.
also, is it generational as well? Like
yeah,
our age
yeah. Don't really get it as much.
maybe hasn't been. I know been brought up on social media, but not in the same way
Yeah.
that like 20-year-olds have been.
I
It's
think
been
if
a
you're
constant
the
part of their-
2025 bride, you've possibly spent the last few years on TikTok, looking at TikToks, and that
Yeah.
is your sort of inspo for weddings.
Yeah.
And you think, I want my wedding to look like that, so I want loads of reels and stuff that I can post after the day
Because I do think that they're different beasts. You know, like
Totally different.
It is. It's like these kind of just straight out of your phone.
Yeah.
Whap them onto stories the next day. It's not. It's totally different to a video that you would produce. That is this.
Yeah.
Like standalone, beautiful work. They are two different things.
I think people are equating like the quality of the output with a lot more faff. You know, they think like they'll see like our videos and they'll think like there must have been a lot
Of setting up.
a
lot of
stuff
equipment.
that's gone into that.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah, they think a
they don't
content
actually-
creator's just floating around, no effort.
Maybe
But
what
then-
they're not realising is that actually the content creators are
It's the setting
probably
up, isn't it?
more.
Yeah, because it's the interaction
More
with
of a problem.
the people, which is
Don't
the thing
talk
that's
to
going to
the
annoy
couple.
you. If someone sets up a tripod half a mile away from you, you're not going to
Yeah.
notice it. You're going to see it. You know, whereas
Yeah.
if someone's in your face,
I think
that is
probably
obtrusive.
the high-end content creators that are doing super well are background.
I've
don't
not
bother
seen
people.
any high-end content creators.
I haven't either.
I've not had one.
Have you seen any? Because I really want to see like
People
what
have-
it looks like.
People
and,
have
like, I'm
posted
interested.
to people, and I've still not seen one where I'm like, that's quality.
Have you had
Yeah.
one at a wedding yet? A content
No.
creator? Same.
I mean, a lot of people are doing content, aren't they? You know, like makeup artists, and,
Yes.
like,
Yeah, but a
planners.
standalone content creator.
No, and I think I would find it annoying
One of
Depends on
the
how
yeah.
if they were
Depends, doesn't
if they were in every single shot and they were in their face and they had lights and they were making them do stuff.
Well, this is-
I would find
yeah.
that very
Yeah.
annoying.
This
Isn't
is-
that what they do though? That is the main thing, isn't it?
I
To
don't
get them
know.
to-
I'm sure some content creators are more kind of like documentary and just kind of capturing what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think in some of these cases it has been that
Yeah,
where
they've been
it is
setting
super
shit up.
demanding and
Yeah, yeah.
like breaks the flow of the day completely and makes it really difficult to work around.
yeah.
And there was this question over whether we should be educating our clients
Yeah.
about
Early on.
if they have a content creator, asking them if they have a content creator, and then maybe giving them some advice, guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good idea, but also at the same time, would it not be a good idea to contact the content creator beforehand and just like communicate? It's
Yeah.
like, cool, what you
Yeah.
gonna do? How do you work?
What are we going to do? They're like, oh,
Yeah,
they'll-
'cause we've
they'll
got no
always be
power.
Like, oh, I'm
We're
just
not
gonna take
more
a few
important than
reels,
them.
No,
blah, blah,
not at all.
blah, you
But
know.
I feel like if you communicate with each other, then at least you're not going into it blind and like, what the?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Hope that you'll get an honest answer.
Yeah, I think they probably think they're not in the way.
Like loads of photographers that we work with are all like natural. You work
They're
them on the day,
not.
you're like, oh, there's nothing
Yeah.
natural. It's
I
posed
think
natural.
everybody
you know?
thinks they are unobtrusive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're not in everyone's way, does it?
I mean, we think we're unobtrusive.
I know,
but
and we're still there, and we're
I still toss them. Like,
I
it's,
know.
yeah, like I hope we're not obtrusive, but
I don't know how
who
you-
knows how you come across.
I think these recent stories the content creators weren't being paid. I think they were doing like freebies. I think.
Oh, I've seen
One
this
of
one.
them was, yeah.
So I think if you're trying to break into that,
Yeah.
and you're doing a freebie, then maybe they would have been a bit more kind of full on and heavy handed to get as much
Yeah.
content for their own marketing purposes. Whereas
that
like
makes
if you
Or
sense.
maybe
put
they'll
some-
just need that one person to be like, it's a bit much at my wedding, and then next
Yeah,
time.
if they've never been to a wedding before, maybe they just literally don't know that they're totally in the way. I think the biggest thing for me is always like, are they ruining their day as well? Like for them, for the couple, are they annoyed?
Well, I've seen
know,
this
like-
because didn't they have a word with the couple about this, and the couple weren't asked, and it's just like we think
They
they're in
weren't
the
asked
way.
about them being in
the content creator.
Yeah,
You know, they're like, oh, I can't remember because I only
they're
skim read
happy
it.
for them to be there.
You know, I think like for the photographer or videographer was like they're always in the way. They're doing this, they're doing that. The the couple like no, they're fine.
Yeah,
So it's just like
then it's fine then, isn't
we've
it?
got our backs up, and the
Yeah.
couple are fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about just including them? Because
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I would
I'd
include
just include them. Yeah,
I would, yeah.
Like,
I would
if they're-
include them if they're there, but I mean, mostly it's about like the little in between moments, isn't it? For,
know.
for us, so it's I can't
You feel like
see them
it'd be
being
quite easy to shoot around.
the whole thing. And if they're setting something up with a couple and the bridesmaids, like film the parents, focus
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
parents.
yeah.
Like, there's other things going
Yeah.
on.
I wouldn't mind that bit. I suppose the worst bit would be things like if they were shooting her walk down the aisle just in the most obnoxious place. Things that would ruin your shot that are just like, you've never been to a wedding, why are you doing it there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That stuff would annoy me.
I
but-
think if you have got one who's like really full on and everywhere, then you have got no choice but to just do your job.
Yeah.
They're going to be included in some of the pictures.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to get too stressful. You're going to get too,
Yeah.
you're going to start feeling negative, aren't you, towards them and the couple and the whole thing, which is going to completely block your focus on the job. So I think if you've got a content creator who's like a fucking busy bee all over the place, you just got to accept it and include
Let
them in
it
the pictures and
go.
just concentrate on your own
Positive
thing.
vibes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if we can be arsed, put it into, like, I don't know, try to kind of educate our couples. If you're going down the route of getting a content creator,
Yeah.
But
then maybe you're suggesting something to them. If you say that to them at the beginning, maybe they're like, what's a
I
content
just
creator?
think
And then they look
pretend
into
they
it.
don't exist.
That's-
I can't see it, so it
That's
doesn't.
my
I'm
thing.
so covered in smoke right now. Great.
In the ashram. It's nearly finished.
It's
Go on.
almost gone.
What were you going to say?
I've forgotten.
I think as we
You know,
got,
I think like half a thought.
I think as we've got older,
Oh, I've remembered. Carry on.
I think as we've got more experience in this
Yeah.
industry and like we've done like gazillions of weddings, we're more chill, aren't we, now about things like this? Whereas in the past, we were
Yeah.
like, oh no, yeah, this is my job. You're getting in the way of me, la la la. I think now it's more like just
Whatever.
whoever's whatever.
The
Whoever's
thing
there,
is,
you just work around
so
it.
many people are really annoying, aren't they? I remember being like, oh my God, this car driver.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from these people. Like they're just like there's annoying people all the time.
There are.
Not content creators. Like anyone can be annoying.
Anyone.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to be chill.
Yeah.
It is.
And what I was going to say
There's
is like
nothing you
this,
can do
this
about
whole
it.
like educate your client thing. I just don't think it's ever happened. I think this phrase gets brought up by everything. Like for 20 years we've been doing this. So
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
educate your clients about this. Clients don't want.
Set their
You to-
expectations.
Yeah.
Clients don't want to be lectured to. Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
gonna
you should
do
do that.
whatever.
We're not their dad. We're there to just provide a service,
I think they might listen to you though with
Yeah.
some advice.
You've
Just
got-
things like
Far more experience.
yeah.
than-
I think if they ask
If
me
they ask,
for my
yeah.
advice, I would give it, but I would never just
Force
someone
it.
book me and I'm like, by the way, you need to do this,
I
this,
don't
this,
know.
and
I
this.
suppose you could easily have like an informational section of your website where you've got various different articles.
Yeah.
It's like how to get
You
the
get
best
around
out of
I
it.
think you'd have to link
I
that.
don't. I don't want to.
I think they'd link that after they've booked you.
But
Otherwise,
then
they'd be like,
it's-
I'm not booking these guys.
Yeah, but then it's their choice if they want to read anything. Like top tips for your wedding day, how to get the best out of your photos.
Exactly,
how
top
to,
tips,
how
not
to
like,
have a
do
content
this.
creator, videographer, and photographer at your website.
Yeah.
You don't have to force it on people, but at the same time, like educating
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
can be a looser thing. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to
totally.
be I'm telling you what to do. And
Yeah.
You could just ask Chat GPT, just write a load of bollocks for me and then stick it on your website.
yeah, I
Done.
don't want to do that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just want them to have a nice day and not think about anything. I think
Yeah.
that's the most important to me. I don't want them thinking like, oh, is this right? Is this setting the scene? Is this...
Yeah.
I just want them...
Oh yeah, true.
Can you remember the last time
crack on.
you lost your shit at a wedding? Like,
Mine was when it was at a guest. So bad, isn't it? It wasn't bad. She didn't hate me. She spoke to me later, but it was before the ceremony. This was when we were filming and photographing. I was like a woman on the edge, and we were walking into the ceremony. Do you remember? And I was shooting the bride, she's literally about to walk in, and this woman, late to the wedding, starts like ambling up, and is just like. In the edge of my frame, and so the bride's here, and she's literally like here, just like ambling around, like, oh, do you think I should go in? Just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was just, and I didn't lose my shit at her, but I was just like, the bride's about to go in, so maybe just take a step back, wait till she's walked down the aisle, and then go and find a seat.
but in your mind you were losing.
But
your
in my
shit.
mind, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, woman? She was going to push the bride aside to walk in and sit down. I mean, come on.
But then this
Oh
is
my
the
God.
point. Like the exterior was calm,
I
And
know.
that's
And
why-
inside,
that's
you
what
just
we
got that.
always need to be. Isn't
I
it?
thought I lost my shit at someone at a wedding. And then like I reviewed the footage later to like, you know, cringe at myself. And
you were
I
like, "Excuse me,
didn't
sir,
say
you might
a
have just come
word.
down."
You didn't say a word.
I didn't say a word. So it was.
That's a bit
it was.
psychopathic.
No, but it was a It was a sparkler, you know, kind of tunnel.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, that's a
And,
heightened time where you were about to get burnt
Yeah,
in the
so
face.
that was exactly it. We're walking down, and then these people. No, it was one person was coming in towards me as I was walking backwards, and like I thought I'd kind of like, you know, I thought I'd swore at them, like, you know, it was like, can you, fuck out, like, you know.
Can you get the fire out my fucking face?
I mean, because it's like 10, half 10 at night, like the last shot, and you've like been working all day, and you're like on
Yeah,
edge, aren't you?
I'm
And
so
then like,
over
I'm
this.
going to get burned in the face, great.
Yeah.
You know, and like someone's, because I think I had asked them once, you know, they'd let them know I'll be walking backwards, like, don't come in. And I'm sure they came in like twice, and like the second
drunk
time.
at this
I
point,
thought I just like absolutely lost my fucking shit at this guy, like, for me.
I
Like,
fantasized about it.
maybe I did, yeah.
said nothing.
And I said nothing because I reviewed the footage thinking, oh my God, what did I do? And like, no, nothing. Nothing. Like, maybe I like gave him the finger or so. I don't know. I don't think I did. But like, yeah, in my mind, I shouted at them. And in real life, I
Was calm
welcomed death
That's
through
our
Sparkler.
entire
Yeah.
job, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be smiling and dying on the inside, you know,
Yeah.
stressing out, whatever.
It is. Yeah, and that's what makes you good at, you know, filming and
Being
shit. When-
really
that's our
fake.
experience.
Really fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being the master of deception. Yeah.
You can't just let your thoughts out, though. Imagine that.
can't.
All day you're like, oh, God, this is so
Lame.
shit. This is so shit. Why are you getting married facing that way? Imagine if you just said everything you thought. It'd be so funny.
Oh, do you remember when people used to give the bride like little horseshoes?
That still happens.
Yeah.
I've not seen that for ages. And they'd have like a wrist full of like 6 or 7 of these little horseshoes. I've taken them home before. The bride's just like, after I just say,
Yeah.
and I've seen them my camera
Still
back.
got one in the boots.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
What else, B?
Second topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Will the new UK EU deal announced a couple of days ago have any impact on us for destination weddings?
Will it? Will
Yeah,
it?
looks, what's
Will
it
it?
saying?
We have quite a few messages. I'd say we get one a week, wouldn't you say? About
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because when it all started kicking off with Brexit,
Destination
I was
weddings.
pretty full on with like, I was quite vocal in a lot of groups about,
Yeah.
you know, ways around it and
Yeah. Finding out the facts.
where things,
and
and then people obviously know that we do a lot of destination weddings, so we get a lot of emails. But
Yeah.
it's difficult trying to find the answers, isn't it, to where you actually stand?
definitive answers.
Definitive
Yeah, because it's
answers,
almost
yeah.
as if you can find the answer that you're looking for. You know, wherever you look, you can find
Yeah.
the answer that you can do it and the answer that you can't.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying.
So yeah, something's been going on between our government and the
it's
EU
to make
at
it
the moment.
easier. Look, basically, from what I can gather, e-gates are going to be much more accessible to us, and so it's going to be easier to
Smaller
Yeah.
queues.
to
Well, as
get
part of the
get through
deal-
passport control.
Yeah, as part of the deal, it's we should be able to use e-gates in EU countries at the discretion of each individual EU country.
So none of them then.
So some of them,
I know.
which obviously makes it easier, but it only makes it easier in a way that we're not having to have a face to face with someone. But there
Yeah.
still might be the question as to whether or not it's still legal for us to do it, even though we can scoot through without actually speaking to someone. Mm-hmm. Is it still a legal issue?
I tell you who did a video on this very subject recently, Sam Docker, on his, I want to say Facebook. I'm not sure if I've seen it on Instagram.
It was on Instagram as well. I think
Was
I
it?
saw
But he talks about destination weddings, I think specifically in Italy,
Okay.
but people should go check that out if they're worried about shooting a destination
watched
wedding
it.
abroad.
Yeah.
Can't remember the full details of it, but it was like, I think the vibe was, yeah, there's a thing online on the consulate, like a questionnaire thing that you can fill in the details of your work, and it will give you an answer of yes, you can go there and work,
Yeah.
or no, you need a
Yeah.
working
Whatever.
visa.
Yeah. But I saw that exact same form being used by 2 people in one Facebook group and give 2 different answers depending
Did it
on
really?
like it was
exactly.
like freelance work or like they put another category which we could be categorized as, and it said no. So it's just
Yeah,
like
no,
one of those
vague.
things you can get the answer yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, I spoke to, when Brexit all kicked off, I spoke to a guy called Tim Brennan, who is, he's like, he heads this huge lighting company in the UK. So when like musicians come over from America to gig in, say, France or Spain or whatever, they would use British companies to go and provide like the staging and the lighting and all that sort of thing. So I was following his campaign because obviously it's affected musicians, UK artists in a big way, going over to Europe to be able to gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I spoke to him about it and said, look, you know, with this campaign, could you're saying travelling artists, that's how it's kind of categorised. Could photographers be considered as a travelling artist? And he said, yeah, we're trying to fight this cause for all creatives going over to EU to continue to work visa free. And so as part of this new deal with the EU, there is traction with this campaign for mainly musicians, but also travelling artists as well.
Yeah.
So in the coming days, weeks, or whatever, you know, it should become a bit more clear.
Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be really nice. Yeah.
I feel like we took it for granted.
It would be nice having.
You know, we used to be
definitive
able to
answer.
go everywhere. It
Yeah.
was so nice.
It was lovely.
It was easier going to Spain than it would be to drive to bloody
I know.
London.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
zip through the
Yes.
airport, you're in. Now you got a queue for a bloody hour.
And it felt fair. They could come work in the UK.
I
You
know.
know,
It's
work
all
over there.
so chill.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about more boring government stuff?
Love it.
Making tax digital.
Oh, do we have to?
Yay!
I'm
What do
just
you do
going to
that
fall
was
asleep
VAT
for this one.
registered.
But there's, well, I say new guidelines, it's not, is it? But from April 2026, people need to be using an online, like, commercial accounting software.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there will be quarterly tax returns as well as a yearly tax return. And it all
Yeah.
has to be done through that online
Love it. More
Accountancy
homework. Yay!
service. But I think it's been postponed quite a few times.
It has, yeah.
So it might never happen.
And this is it. But at the same time, I feel like maybe all of us should be attempting to maybe go in the right direction of like if we're not using any kind of online software.
Get one and
You know what though, this
Get used to
software
it.
thing, like they need to word it more in a way that people understand, because people start panicking thinking, oh, I've got to pay for this software, I've got to download software. So we use, don't know if you use the same thing, it's something called 123 e-filing, and it's just a website. So you go on, you enter your credentials in for HMRC, you buy a credit, and then you just basically like select the form you want to fill it in, it submits it all to HMRC, it's dead easy. That's basically like how they should be wording things, rather than like, you need some specialist software.
but it's a
Bullshit,
big
you just need to go to one of these
Well,
websites.
we use
Is it?
Zero.
How much is
Yeah,
it?
because I was going to say like
and then
Zero,
we submit
QuickBooks, that
we
kind
submit our VAT return, which is part of like the making tax digital, like because all your transactions that you've remembered to include, you've synced and done everything with, you know, bank accounts and all that, like they all get sent through with that. And then for the year end thing, we kind of take the figures from Zero and stick them in tax calc, which is like £80 a year, something like that.
yeah, it's not super expensive.
But Zero's quite a bit, isn't it? It's like £20 a month, £26 a month. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's,
It's another expense, isn't it?
Everything's a subscription now.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is complicated for people, though, just use one of these websites that are already set up where you just enter your credentials.
Yeah.
in.
I know,
Just-
but like
yeah.
the quarterly returns, they want like every transaction, don't they? That's the thing with the making tax
Yeah,
digital.
it's-
They want
it's
line
not-
by line.
it's not what you're
everything
saying.
spent, everything,
Yeah.
every bit of
times a year.
income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it maybe needs to be on people's radars, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
easy for these kind of things to pass us over because we are
Yeah.
creatives, and a lot of us are not really
100%.
business.
100%.
Head in the clouds, Tracy Island.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Go research.
Good advice.
Check it
What
out.
is there? QuickBooks, Xero. There's
Yeah.
all sorts, isn't there?
But you can't submit your tax returns through Xero, which seems like
Failing.
an oversight. They
Doesn't
have
it?
everything.
Yeah,
Like,
they
why
should
can't
really
they
have
just
that
let
one.
us do it?
Yeah, that sucks.
They've got all my details. I have to take it into an Excel spreadsheet.
So stupid. Yeah.
Because like the categories that they have are not the same categories that like HMRC accept. You
Right.
know,
Okay.
like the the general and travel and
Yeah.
all this stuff. So
Oh, here you go. I've got a bit more information on it. 2026 for £50,000 plus profits. 2027 for sub 50k. Yeah, they've put it back a couple of times already, so who knows if it'll actually happen. QuickBooks is £15 a month, so that's a bargain.
okay.
Yeah, maybe ask your accountant.
yeah.
Or get an accountant. I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
get
Maybe an accountant would just do everything for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't.
I don't know how accountants work.
I mean,
because there's
we've never had
bookkeeping,
one.
which you're expected to do, and then accountants do their bit, and this is a bookkeeping kind of task, isn't it? 'Cause you need to do
Yeah.
everything within every quarter.
Oh, bloody hell. This must be the most boring subject.
let's move on.
It's
Kill me
so
now.
funny. As soon as you start talking
Exactly.
about accounts,
Everyone's just like,
business. We were talking
there's a-
yesterday about how. Do you remember we went past this really cute cafe, and I was like, oh. And Pete was like, I'd love to. Do you remember opening up, like when we used to work in Starbucks and stuff? I'd love to run a cafe. And I was like, we should just open a cafe. And he was like, but it wouldn't make they make no money. And I was like, but that's so us. That's like the exact kind of business we would start. Something that
Yeah.
we're just like, I just like being here. And it, like barely breaks even. Classic.
Oh,
like a
such
little,
idiots.
like, I don't know, bed sit above the cafe,
Yeah.
little cave, little hovel
Something's got to make money.
above there.
Weed grow.
Weed grow. There we go. Use the attic.
A bad idea. that.
That's totally illegal.
Do it. Do it.
Everyone's coming to that cafe.
It's so chill in here.
Yeah.
So zen. So positive.
We should move on to the next topic of conversation,
Okay.
Which is-
Dun, dun, dun.
gallery delivery times and user experience. And the general vibe is that gallery delivery time has reduced substantially, maybe in part thanks to AI,
Yeah.
maybe in part because we're all less busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people just want shit
Interesting.
now.
Yeah, they do.
And
that is
that-
the culture, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
The
people,
sooner you can get stuff out.
and it's kind of the vibe of, would it be in our favour to have shorter delivery times?
Yeah, is it good or bad?
Would it be in our favour to maybe like change things up a bit so that we maybe drop previews and just go
Just get them
straight
done.
to delivering like a full highlight slideshow 2 weeks after the
Yeah,
wedding?
what we thinking, like 2 weeks later? Yeah, you could do that.
Oh,
you
they
could,
need the previews,
you
though,
could
don't
wait.
they?
No, but what if you? I mean, when did they get their previews? After about a week.
Yeah, within the
Skip
first
that.
week.
2 weeks, and they get still get the slideshow because I think that's lovely and emotive. But it's just like, here are all your pictures, or is that too overwhelming?
I don't know, because it works really, really well when you've got a wedding a week, but when you've got 2 weddings,
Yeah.
and maybe you've got a couple of weeks of that, do you
Yeah,
then
when
get
it runs
yourself...
over, they're desperate to see some, and it might have been 4 weeks because you've been really busy.
Yeah.
Are they going to be that? They are going to be hounding you if they've not seen any previews or anything.
Yeah.
Do you think couples now, when researching videographers and photographers, are looking for information on our websites that would give them an indication as to when they will get their film or
don't know.
photos?
Just from our point of view, like for video, most people don't even ask us when it will be ready. Sometimes they'll ask us on the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like they just don't think about it beforehand. So I
Yeah.
don't think they're that bothered about how quick it will be.
We don't get asked at the inquiry stage, and then during the build-up, it's very rare that we get asked. as
Yeah.
well,
People
so-
need to see something soon.
I think if they've got something, they've got a preview.
So the majority of people were saying 4 to 6 weeks was their delivery
Ideal.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
closest to that was 6 to 8 weeks, and then 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
If you
I think
had
if
them
you could
all
deliver
ready,
in 2 weeks, if like it was possible,
Yeah.
I think people would
I've
prefer.
There's always been this idea that if you deliver them super quickly, people will think you didn't
It's
spend
like
any time on it.
devalued
Yeah.
almost.
It's devalued, and also it opens you up. They're more likely to be like, "Have you got any more of this? Have you got any more of that?" Because, you know,
I don't think that's true at all. They've
Do you
had more
not?
time. I think the longer you've had to wait for your pictures, the more you're like, oh, I hope there's this there. I hope there's that there.
Yeah, true.
Whereas you just get them all really soon, you're like, you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you say that, because one of the points was that this person had noticed that there was less excitement when they were delivering their full galleries.
If they
No, not necessarily quickly. Just it seemed to be a running theme of like
Okay.
when they were delivering the gallery, that kind of like, oh my god, was missing, and it's kind of like trying to come up with new ways of getting that
Making
back,
that
and
exciting.
that maybe by leaving it for so long, yeah, the natural high of the wedding has gone.
Worn off.
But we covered that with our previews, and
Yes.
and it works really well, doesn't it?
I think
Yeah.
people,
Get great
like
feedback.
I always think, go back to if you were the couple, like what would you want? And I think you got married, and then I think a few days later you want to post something, don't you, on Insta? And I don't want it to be my friend's picture,
I think
so
I'd
I'd be
wanna
happy
post
with like
something the
5.
next day.
Yeah,
The next day.
I think as
Me
soon as
being me.
possible,
Yeah.
you just want like 5. You know, like I don't need a massive preview, but I just want something straight away. And then it could be a few weeks, because I mean we're probably going to go on a honeymoon, you know, it could be a few weeks later that you get the more
Yeah.
previews, or it could just be the whole gallery's ready.
Maybe we should change things up and just like the day after
Do a
give
mini
people, like
preview.
5 portraits. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think it, or like a confetti shot in there.
Yeah,
as
Yes,
well.
something that they can
confetti's a good
post.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about while I'm sat
Yeah.
down having a pint
Just pick one.
during the wedding breakfast, I can transfer 5 pictures to you, and then
Yeah, that would be perfect if you could do it.
come like the dancing. They'll be like, oh, what's that?
The chances that like they will post that the next day, like, and love it, like that is what they'll use to be like, we got married yesterday. Like 100%.
Yeah.
I think you should do
Do you
that.
want me to do that?
I mean, we can try.
On
The thing is,
Saturday.
I am parenting, so
2 pictures then.
I can't guarantee that I'm going to be available exactly when you.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
true.
it's just so they're done like that.
I think though, trying for the following day.
For the following day, yeah.
Like you
Okay.
said, I think it's so easy just to be stuck in. Well, that's the way that we do things.
We've always
but
done it
thinking,
this way, yeah.
like, I know I'd want some
Yeah.
photos the day after. You said the same thing.
100%.
We used to do like an on the day slideshow for couples,
I know,
didn't we? We pick
yeah.
100 pictures, show them that day, you know, and they loved it.
And
But
we-
loads of
on a
bookings.
screen during the
On a laptop.
breakfast? Oh,
We didn't
okay.
bring a screen.
I
it was
wouldn't
just
do
on a
that
laptop.
now, because like,
Well,
you know,
no,
like-
because people have filled that time now. You know,
Yeah.
there was always that lull between the meal
yeah.
and the end of the meal
You
and
could
the dance
use it
floor.
as a bit of
Yeah.
a point of difference now, you know? Like, just that small thing might convince somebody to book you over somebody else if you like. You'll get like 5 to 10 photos the day after
Yeah.
to use for your social media.
I think everyone promises that. I think it'd have to be the day of.
I think
So
a
to
lot of
stand
people
out, it
do
would have to be
that.
the day
We
of.
don't promise it,
The
you know?
day of. We should try the day of.
Because Tobias does it.
Yeah,
Really, like,
fine.
I don't know if he still does it, but he used to copy pictures to his iPad, you know, from his camera,
While he's having a break.
and then like just show them like 10 pictures or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I can star them on the camera. You know,
Yeah,
go
you
through.
could just go through and
Yeah,
so
like,
that-
as you're shooting, like you're just like, oh, that's a good moment. And it
Yeah.
sticks in your head, doesn't it?
They've got
So
Wi-Fi on those, and you can connect the Canon app.
Put it straight on your
Shit,
phone.
it's so bad. Like they need. I mean, I don't know if they've changed it, but it's terrible the way it's
Right, okay.
connected to the app. It's really bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I don't know.
Tricky.
And as far as editing them quicker and getting them out quicker, I just feel like I do everything as soon as I can.
Yeah, I do.
So
It's
I,
not
I
like
never
I'm-
think like, oh, it has to be 4 weeks.
I'm not
it has
sat
to be
around
12.
just doing nothing, you know?
Exactly.
I am.
It sort of feels like it's beyond my control. It's like they're just ready. It's all ready when it's ready.
And at the
isn't
beginning of the season, it's ready
No,
way
exactly.
sooner.
Yeah.
You know, I'm,
Exactly. I just finished a film. The wedding was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like that's not normal delivery time.
No.
See, the thing is, I actually really enjoy doing our preview thing as well. You know, like the 70 to 100 photos. I love doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
And that's only a couple of days after the wedding, isn't it?
Well, no, it's like...
Is that not enough for people?
It's like within a week. No, because I'd want something like...
What's happened to the world?
You know, like when you wake up the morning after your wedding.
Yeah, so excited.
I want to be like, I'm gonna put like,
Five
even a
photos.
photo on
Yeah.
just to like Instagram
Yeah.
to be like, we did it.
I
We
think
have
that
to be
is the
first.
giddy bit.
I think it's the thing. We have to be first.
Yeah.
Like if you want to,
Before the friends are posting
because
pictures
their
of them, and
friends
then
will be sending them pictures.
Yeah.
like,
So hang on a
that
minute.
day, the next day.
So we've got to get photographs for the next day.
even if you picked
We've
one,
got to
you
shoot
can
some
pick
35
one.
millimeter.
What?
We've
Yeah.
got to do some 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Got to get the photos back the
Content.
next day. Got to do some content
forget the
creation.
content.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Get your meta glasses on.
You know,
Yeah.
the meta
Get
glasses.
your camera.
Do we need to
yeah.
invent some sort of, I don't know, like strap-on fucking
We
thing
need a
with like
team.
Strap-ons have been invented, Liam.
with various gadgets attached to me,
Yeah,
like
like
Inspector
Inspector
fucking
Gadget.
gadget.
Yeah.
No, because they don't want to see any equipment.
No, because we have to be invisible and
Yeah.
unobtrusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything attached to you is very old.
Have you shot
school.
any film yet, by the way? Did you shoot film at this last
He was
one?
too poorly.
I was too poorly, yeah.
Fair.
I was going to, but I was like, I couldn't really
It's not the
concentrate
time.
on what I was doing. So I just
Funnily
thought,
though, a couple on a call the other day asked you, who've already booked us, and like, don't by any chance do any...
which one were they? I can't remember. Now.
Phil.
I said I'd do it, but I can't remember who it was. Who was it?
Write it down.
Oh, it was Izzy and Matt.
Cute. Oh, cute.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're shooting that together, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see a new camera came out?
Oh my
Fuji.
god. New Fuji, you would love it.
No.
It's like a what do they call it? It's like a half frame where it shoots portrait basically, but like the film emulation on it. I like it. Literally looks like a little film camera. It's
Yeah,
the
it's got like a
cutest.
second LCD at the
The
side where the
show-
film window would have been.
Yeah, you know where the film window says like Kodak Gold or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just scroll through and choose your film,
way.
and there's a mode on it where you can like turn the screen off so you shoot like film, and you have to shoot like 36 before it'll let you see them.
Oh, I
you know,
like
like it's
that.
So can we
And
use
What's
that
it
for
called?
the
Do
film?
you know?
It's
then?
X
the
half.
X half.
Yeah. So it's only a 1-inch sensor.
Yeah.
It's portrait
Yeah.
default.
Okay.
So
So
you're
much
holding it normal, but it's portrait.
Yeah.
So it's based on the cameras that used to like get 2 pictures on one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
one bit of film.
Okay.
Save money.
So you could use this for doing your 35mm film then, couldn't
Yes, you could.
Instead of fucking around with film.
But you would be lying, but you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually the truth.
I am
You
game.
can tell people it was
Also-
wrong, but
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, won it.
The DJI Magic
How
Mavic
much?
4 Pro.
Wow.
£3,209.
There's a slightly cheaper version, isn't there?
That's the 512GB one.
Yeah. I
is
don't-
that
The
too
Pro
much
2.
money to spend on something that you use for one shot?
Why is it so
On a
much?
drone.
That's crazy
you
money.
know.
But that's a big beastie one, isn't it?
Yeah. It is a big beastie
I
one.
want it.
The Fuji camera that we should all get is, I think it was 700. It
Oh,
was-
it's quite a lot still. Isn't
it's
it?
a lot for
pricey,
something that's like a
A toy.
toy
Toy.
camera.
Because the
I
X100
still want
is,
the X100.
is
bit.
is like double the price, but
I
it's
want
more
that.
than double the camera,
I
isn't it?
almost bought it last week. It was like in my cart.
Yeah, I know.
my
And I was
God.
like, Laura, it will not come in time for the wedding. Like, stop panic buying your way out of problems.
I wanted it to take to Italy tomorrow, but it's too late now, and I just need to get over it.
I'm
You know?
interested in that, yeah. And I would happily pass it off as real 35mm. I don't care.
I mean,
It can it burn
It
in the
looks
date
like
as well.
it.
Does
At
it?
the bottom.
Yeah, burns the date in.
Do it.
It does look like a film camera, so
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't think anyone would know the difference.
the last thing before we move on to our highs and lows, we need to alert people to
Alert! Alert!
the pervy caller is doing the rounds again. The weird
He's
caller.
never phoned me.
I know.
No. Have you
So-
ever been phoned by him?
No, I've not. But someone got a call this week about a unique piercing, photographing a unique piercing, and then
that.
another one had a request for if they'll photograph his wife having both breasts pierced.
Oh.
Yes, you heard that. Not the nipple, but the whole thing.
What do you
And
mean?
He had a budget.
Is that a thing?
He had a budget of £400.
Oh, that just went right
Both
through
his-
me, that did.
But apparently,
Twice.
apparently this is a really well-reported thing that's been going on for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And that it's predominantly with female photographers.
If it's the same
Don't-
person, I've
isn't his
heard of this
identity
many
known?
times.
Yes, I think
Yes.
so. And I think it's someone relatively local to our area.
I think it's northwest.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why is nothing?
Why have the police not sorted this fella out?
They have, I think. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I read an article in the newspaper about it. But you must report it to the police if it happens. And there is also a Facebook group that I think is called Susan, Sarah, Jason and John, where
Right.
it's strictly for people that have been contacted by
This person.
male individual claiming to be a man. Yeah.
Right. And like, you know,
Strange.
his number's been doing the rounds for ages, and like, how many times has this been sent to the police?
It's a private number.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So just to be aware,
Yeah.
if you're a woman and you get a dodgy call,
Get it reported.
please report it to the
Can you
police.
Add it to
Yeah.
the list.
Yes.
Piercing the breasts, seriously, right? Can you? Right, not the nipples, the breasts.
He just needs to
Jesus.
get on OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure he is.
Anyway, should we move on to our highs and lows?
Yes.
Who wants to go?
My high is I'm going to Italy tomorrow. I'm so excited, and I feel bad going on about it because Pete's really nervous because he has to shoot a wedding.
I'm not nervous about the wedding. It's just all the travel and the
Chill.
yeah.
Chill.
I don't know.
Travel.
Have you got any? You haven't got your light stands with your carry-on, have you? None of that.
Pete,
Monitors.
stress
What are
it
you talking about? I have to take tripods and shit.
And
Like,
you checked in though.
yeah, they're going to check.
Oh, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be
It'll
fine,
be
man.
fine.
Going on a family.
Yeah,
I know,
So just,
you're
just
taking
in
your
my
wife
bag.
and child,
So just in my
it's
bag,
not-
there'll be 3 cameras, 4 lenses, a drone.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, you're a
15
tourist.
batteries, 2 drone batteries,
The thing is,
8 microphones.
Oh.
Like, I definitely look like I'm just there.
Stick your
as a
microphones
tourist.
No
in
one
the
cares,
tin.
Pete.
Oh, just
They
in
got
case you
batteries.
did. Are the built-in batteries,
Yeah.
are they? Oh,
Yeah.
I see,
I think they're
right.
so used to content creators and
Yeah,
people going through
it's
with all
fine.
sorts
Yeah, you'll be
nowadays.
fine. Italy, they
that-
don't care.
I want a gimbal as well.
Pete just stresses about, like, logistics.
Is that your low?
Even, like...
A little bit. I'm excited at the same time, though, so I don't want to make it my low because, like,
Okay.
it's cool.
The
isn't
thing
it?
that balances it out is Albert, who is just like the most adorable, awesome person to go on holiday with. You know, like he's just
Yeah.
genuinely just, I can't wait. What time are we leaving? We need to
happy
get
to
this
be
ready.
there, isn't he?
You know, like just he'll just be loving life, and it's just like I can balance out this.
Yeah. Has
with,
Albert got a little carry-on bag?
Yeah.
Stick some microphones in his bag.
Yeah, spread them
Yeah,
out.
spread
Have you
it
packed
Three
this
of us,
yourself?
It's fine.
What are these?
No
Ah.
kid does pack their own bag.
It's for his
Pete.
YouTube channel.
It's fine. Oh dear. What's my low?
Yeah, what's your low?
What is my low? That the sunny weather's over. That's annoying.
Oh,
Because
it's
it's been
upsetting.
so nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I do like this weather for work, you know. I don't want to work when it's nice
Yeah.
weather outside. I'm constantly just like, but look outside.
True.
It makes me feel like I'm missing out. So
Yeah,
I'm kind
I
of
agree.
like, okay, I can
Yeah.
do this for a bit.
Plus the grass is yellow, so
Yeah.
I mean a bit of rain might be nice.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a high and low?
I've done my low, haven't I?
What's
so
your low?
The low was the stress of
Travel.
Right.
travel.
What's your high?
That was
Pathetic low. My high is that we booked a really cool sounding wedding in Paris next
Oh my
year.
God,
Sounds
yeah.
awesome.
But you'll be
that,
able
yeah.
to stress out about that.
Because we're doing pictures and it can be so much more low key. I can like have
Yeah.
my one camera and
Yeah.
3 lenses. I
Exactly.
can flash.
Yeah,
Like
sorted,
I'm just
aren't you?
like that is full on just
Yeah.
chill, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Whereas I don't know, just because there's so much equipment,
Yeah.
like, even if you're allowed, you still feel like sorry, you know.
Yeah.
There at Manchester Airport security, like, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this, and they'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you going by Manchester, yeah? Well, there's new
Yay!
machines. There's new machines there.
Is there?
Don't have to take anything out.
What?
Stick it
Oh,
through.
come on.
It's
You know,
fucking
straight
brilliant.
into
What
that.
are you
stuff,
talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Have you
High
been?
of the
Have you
week.
seen this firsthand?
I've
Is
seen
this
it
true?
firsthand, yeah.
It's not true.
It's
Absolutely
true. I
not
went
true.
through. It's
Imagine
like,
if you don't take your stuff
just stick
out.
it all in.
Absolute
I've
bullshit.
got my little baggie of liquids in it. Stick that in your bag, mate. That's fine. Everything stays in the bag, straight
love
through.
So your liquid still has to be in a bag, but it can stay in your.
Yes.
Bagged in a bag.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that was Manchester Airport.
It could be anywhere. Turns out it's
Terminal
like
2.
Birmingham.
Okay.
It was Manchester, yeah, it was.
Trying to think where you've flown from recently. You have done quite a lot of London flights. Could it have been Gatwick or Heathrow?
Well, when I went to Spain 2 weeks ago, where did I fly from?
No idea. Don't know.
Who know.
Somewhere.
It's,
Hold on.
We'll let you know.
It'll be in my calendar. When
I think it was from Manchester. I'm sure
Manchester.
You
You
had
There
flew
you
from
go.
Manchester.
Yes. So yes.
Okay.
I don't know what terminal it was, but it was.
That machine will be out of order no my look.
I just think if you don't go through security, taking all your stuff out, having to take your jumper off, having to take your belt off, having
Oh.
to take your watch off, having to take your shoes off, someone going,
Scan it.
come on,
Scan
come
it."
on, come
Why your
on.
pants are falling down? You know, it's like, come on.
That's the start of any good holiday.
It is.
Surely
You got
I'd
holes
miss
in
it.
your socks. You know, I'm sorry. You got odd socks on one with a hole in it. So you know, I know. I'm a bum.
Fun and
You do,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Liam. Hi. Low. Go.
Oh, low is.
Oh, going straight to your low.
I can't really think of high.
Just a list.
We've had a few weeks
That's
where
right.
we've skipped lows, so let's get them all out.
Low is Everton played their last game at Goodison Park,
Ah.
which is, I know everyone's thinking, oh, it's just football.
I thought that was like 3 years ago or something.
No, it was the last one.
Oh, was it
on
the last
weekend.
derby? Wasn't it?
Yeah, the
You
last
wanted to-
derby.
okay.
So for my family, it's quite significant because my dad was born right outside Goodison Park. It's part of like our DNA
History.
in
Yeah.
history. You know, it's that the grand old lady they call it. So that was quite sad.
Who's a grand old lady?
The Goodison
stadium.
Park is
Oh.
called the Grand Old Lady.
But they're not,
Yeah.
it's not like they're knocking it down. It's still going to be there.
Yeah, this is good news. They're going
Yeah.
to keep it, and the women's team are moving into Goodison
There
Park.
you go. You just
cool.
need to go
Which
and
is
watch
really
that.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the low.
Mm-hmm.
High. Can't think of one. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm alive and
Going
healthy.
strong.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a high. We did a portrait shoot for a couple, and as a thank you, they gave us some vouchers for Wagamama.
Yes, that is a good high. Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yes.
That
was from Martin Chung.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Martin. That is a
Yeah.
really good high.
That's so lovely.
But you know, it's
Yeah.
super touching. It's like, oh my god, this is adorable, and yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank you.
Don't you think it'd be so nice if you got paid for weddings with like presents?
Yeah.
Imagine if you just like did a
And
wedding
money.
and then
Yeah.
someone sent you a Fuji X106. You know, just like
Yeah.
thanks, here's a new camera.
Yeah.
You know, we could have a little wish list. People just choose what they want to buy us.
Yeah, like
Amazing.
mortgage,
Yeah.
gas and electric.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Boring. I think that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then low. I can't think of a low. I'm sure I do have lows.
Liam will give you one. He's got a few.
I can't think of any. So let's pass.
It's the positive vibes.
That Pete wants me off the pod. That's my low.
No, you threatened to go, and I was like, fine.
Look, we almost made it all the way through the pod, so let's not kick off now. Okay.
We need B, otherwise there'll be no subject
We
to
need
discuss.
B.
Oh,
God.
so now I'm getting fired because
Yeah.
she threatened
If
to leave.
anything, B can go.
You'd have to go and do the research now on the topics.
It would be very sparse.
It would
episode.
all go to shit.
It'd
So.
be like, let's talk about table tennis.
Oh, that should have been your high. You killed everyone last night, Pete. Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
Did you get a medal?
No.
No, just
No.
being a glory.
No trophy?
Yeah. I was very smug though. I came home. I was like,
Excellent.
Very good.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Plan coming together.
We need to go and eat
Awesome.
some tapas.
Oh, yeah, it is tapas time, yeah. Let's crack on then.
We need to pack. Pete needs to stress out about what he's forgotten.
I need to
I'm
pack as well.
excited.
I'll go lie in a darkened room and Laura will pack. And it'll all be over soon.
And you're off to Cyprus?
Yeah, so I've got a wedding on Saturday and then off to
wow.
Cyprus for Kelly Clark's wedding. I'm excited.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
It's going to be 30 degrees.
I can't wait to see the photos.
So at least you'll have a high next week. Well, 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Usually I do have some highs,
Yeah.
but the mind is blank. High is I'm very excited about Kelly's wedding.
Yeah, it's going
There
to
we
be
go.
amazing.
Yeah.
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 Awesome. Right, well, see you soon.
All right. Bye. Bye.